What's up, Stay Tuners? This episode is brought to you by the book The Blood and Guts, How Tight Ends Saved Football by Tyler Dunne. In his new book, Dunne tracks the fascinating rise of this position one tight end at a time, from Mike Ditka and Johnny Mack in the 60s to Rob Gronkowski today. In The Blood and Guts, Tyler Dunne interviews the greatest tight ends ever, whose stories reveal why they were uniquely qualified to serve as the blood and guts of football, the players keeping the sport alive and well. Some of the tight ends in the book that he talks to are Mike Ditka, John Mackey, Ben Coates, Tony Gonzalez, Jeremy Shockey, and Rob Gronkowski himself. So pick up The Blood and Guts, How Tight Ends Save Football today.
You heard the rest. Now here's the best. Stay Tuned Sports Podcast.
And hello there, all you Stay Tuners. Welcome back to another episode of Stay Tuned Sports. It's your good friend Jimbo here, back with our good buddy King.
Hey, how you doing, everybody?
How you doing, bud?
Still kicking. And hey, look at us.
Look at us
on top of the division again. But just the old Giants and Eagles division.
I mean, there's only one person that's on top of the division. There's another one that's second in the division.
No, there's now our strict hierarchy. You have the top half of the division, which is the Philadelphia Eagles at 6-0 and the New York Giants at 5-1. Right there, nipping at your heels. Right there, ready to go.
There you go.
And then you have the lower half of the division, which is the Dallas Cowboys at 4-2, and the Washington football team of Redskin Commanders, who are nobody cares. So I don't even know, what are they, two? Are they two? Wins?
I think they only have 2 wins.
I couldn't remember if it was 1 or 2 with them. Again, nobody cares.
But there you go. Again, making rules just to make you sound like you're competitive.
I sound like we're competitive. Motherfucker, we're 5-1. The fuck are you talking about?
You know what's more competitive? My Philadelphia Flyers, 3-0, baby. All 3 wins come from behind. Where's the Devils?
Well, most Flyer fans are used to coming from behind. Not that there's anything wrong with that. We have to put that out there in the ether. Everything is that's you live your life. Love is love. Whatever the case is. The Devil. Hey, we won our first game last night.
Oh, did you? Okay.
I'll give us that. The Flyers actually being 3-0 and beating Tampa Bay in Tampa Bay is, I mean, it's a surprise. Now again, it's a long season.
Well, yeah.
And there's going to be lots of time for the Flyers to suck. So, not that I'm under any illusions that the Devils are going to be great. I mean, I don't think any of us are under those illusions.
You already hopped on the Fire hashtag movement.
I didn't want us to hire Lindy Ruff. I didn't want us to hire him. Because we had so many other coaches out there we could have hired. We could have hired Gallant because for some reason Vegas got rid of him and he was available. But no, we ended up getting Lindy Ruff. We could have gotten 10 other coaches I would have rather had than Lindy fucking Ruff. And then Gallant goes to the Rangers, and lo and behold, the Rangers all of a sudden they're a Stanley Cup favorite. They're in the playoffs all the time. They're looking good. Look at how talented they are and all this other kind of bullshit. And we could have had that. The Devils could have had that. Guess what? We don't have. We don't have that. Why? Because for some reason our ownership said a competent coach that can take a young team, a core team, just a couple veterans here, a couple veterans there, but mostly just a young group of people and get the best out of them and get them motivated and get them winning games. We don't need that. What do we need? We need 80 fucking thousand-year-old Lindy fucking Ruff, who's never won shit in his goddamn life, to come in and do this. And we had him for one season, was bad enough. Then we had him last season, even worse. And now we start off this season with it. I was like, this whole time, I'm like, when are we firing Lindy? I figured at the end, once the offseason began, we were going to fucking fire him and then, let's go. No, we brought him the fuck back. So exactly. And when the Devils lost that first game of the year to the Flyers, that was immediately it. I mean, I wanted I never wanted him to be our coach.
Yeah.
I wanted us to. I was like, fine, I'll give him the benefit of the doubt for the first season. Sucked. I was like, get rid of him. Brought him back for a second year. Why are we doing that? This guy fucking sucks. Get rid of him. Now we're here. We are starting a third year, and we have the same fucking results. Fire Lindy Ruff. Hashtag fire Ruff. Fuck him. That's why I have that. That's why I'm posting that. The worst. He's the absolute worst.
Well, so
I hate this because I used to be so. I mean, hockey season to me was more important than football season. Hockey to me is everything. I love hockey.
Yeah.
Hockey is my 1A sport. Yeah, between hockey and football, it's hard to choose which one I like more than the other. But seriously, gun to my head, I'd probably always choose hockey. I love hockey. I love the ice. I love the puck. I love everything about it. And not feeling engaged or motivated for my Devils at any point with these last couple seasons, the last 10 fucking years. It hurts. It legitimately hurts. I sit here and I look at all my Devils stuff that I have a Devils cup that I don't use because of it. I have Devils jerseys I don't wear because it's hard to wear them out anywhere and be like, let's go Devils. Let's go where? To the bottom of the fucking standings.
It's funny you said that about jerseys and everything because, we played you guys last Wednesday. I think we played Friday night. We won that one. And the Baby Pens had their home opener Saturday against the Phantoms, the Lehigh Valley Phantoms.
Right,
and
which is the Flyers.
The Flyers AAA team, I call them.
Yeah.
And I was like, you know what? I haven't worn this jersey probably in years. I dusted it off, and I wore my white, I'm not going to say it that way, white Simmons jersey. And even the wife was like, when did you get that one? I said, probably the first month I was dating you. So it's probably been about 7 years, 7 years. And
see, I don't even remember the white Simmons when you have. I know the stadium series one that you have.
Yeah.
The all black with just the orange accents and the logo and stuff, which, granted, is a cool jersey.
Yeah.
I didn't know you had the white one.
Yeah. This was the white with the black on the chest there. I'm not sure what year they had that one. But wore that to the Baby Pens game, and I guess it was good luck because the Phantoms won in overtime with 1.4 seconds left in overtime.
All right, there you go.
And I was... listen, when the Phantoms win, and I'm rooting for them when the Phantoms play the Baby Pens. Most of the other times I'll root for Baby Pens just because they're a local team. When the Phantoms win, I'm not overly obnoxious, like some sports fans can be.
Why does that feel? Why do I feel attacked when you say that?
Because you've done that to me so many fucking times with the Giants.
Listen, here's the thing. There's a quick interjection into this story. I never thought I was that loud or obnoxious of a fan or somebody to be around watching games until your fiance at the time, now your wife, videotaped us watching that one Giants Eagles game at your house. And I look at that all the time and I go back and I was like, oh my fucking God, I'm a monster.
Now you see why I threw the belt at you.
I'm a monster. I'm an absolute awful person to be around if the Giants are playing. Now I understand why that old bitch at the bar yelled at me.
Yeah, you got the one time.
Like I get after watching that, it's like I get it. The problem is now I'm self-conscious.
Yeah.
So now I try to keep all that stuff in and not do that too much. I just kind of do it now at home. So God bless my fiance for putting up with that. But yeah, I just wow. Yeah, no, I am a very loud, obnoxious Northern New Jersey, New York area sports team fan. I am the stereotype.
Well,
and it's terrible.
I'll tell you what. How you were in that video. That's how I was when the Phantoms won this past Saturday, and it gets better. It gets better. We're season ticket holders for the Baby Pens, and they gave away cowbells. So I looked right at Alicia with both cowbells, and I'm ringing it, and she's looking at me like we're divorced for the weekend. I was so loud and obnoxious.
Why would they give away cowbells?
Yeah.
Like, you're not Mississippi State here. Like, this is not like I don't know. Like, that would immediately get old after like a minute.
And you know what? That's the thing though too, is it like the arena, I would say that like the lower bowl was packed. I would say they probably sold out the lower bowl. The upper seats, I would say, were half full. So there wasn't a full crowd.
Which is, I'll tell you what, for season opener, that's not bad for the Baby Pens.
Yeah.
Having been to games up there, they that's obviously going to go down during the regular season, but the lower bowl is usually pretty okay.
Yeah.
For games there, you can get the cheap seats up in the upper deck there, pretty good, pretty regularly, and I like those seats better anyway. But that's not bad. That's not bad. But even so, that many people in that place, and it's a smaller barn as it is.
They didn't really use the cowbells. Like, I think I used more of the cowbell just to use it. You know, at some points during the game, like, you know, let's get loud here. So I would just ring it just because I want to ring it.
But you got to remember too. I used to be a season ticket holder there as well, about 12 years ago, when I first moved up to the Wilkes-Barre area, and we had season tickets in the lower bowl.
Okay.
Me and my wife at the time. And I was being me, as we were just discussing.
Okay.
It's a hockey game. So you get up, all right. Oh, there's a fight. Yeah, go kick his ass. All right. Woo, let's go score. Yeah, you get up and cheer. I had people yelling at me to sit down and to be more quiet.
Wow, you're at a hockey
game.
Yeah.
And I was like, what? Like, to the point where this guy was going to start a fight with me because I stood up there was a fight, I think it was Bissonnette at the time.
Okay.
Shout out to Spit and Chicklets there in Barstool. He was playing there, and he was in a fight. So I'm getting up, like, yeah, let's go. Yeah, kick his ass. Woo. And I get a tap on the shoulder. Can you sit down? My wife can't see. Well, tell your wife to stand the fuck up. It's a fight. It's a hockey game. Let's go. Get up. Like, what are we doing? Like, to the point where it became a problem to where me and the wife, we said, fuck it. And we went to the upper deck. And we got season tickets up there. We said, can you switch our fucking seats? Give us whatever discount you got to have to, or maybe we get a refund. Maybe we'll do something else. I don't care. But get us the fuck out of here, because I don't want to be, like, we can't be near these fucking people.
I will admit, there are some people around us that you could tell just to go to talk to their friends while they're at the seats, not paying attention to the game going on. I mean, there was even a time, I don't think you came with us this one time, but my sister came with us. It was me, my sister, my wife, and my oldest. I don't forget what.
Because there was a time there was ladies just sitting there knitting.
Well, kinda, yeah. That was that time you were with me. That was the accidental.
But that was no, because when we again back when I used to be season ticket holders, they were always by the glass in the corner glass, sitting there, just two old ladies fucking knitting.
Yeah.
At a fucking hockey game.
Yeah.
Like, so the atmosphere at the Mohegan Sun Arena there at Casey Plaza in Wilkes-Barre is not the best.
No.
Even with a full barn, it's not the best atmosphere.
Yeah.
I've been to other places. In fact, it got so bad. I got so bitter towards the fans or lack of fans there that, like, I said fuck it, and I said I'm going to be a Hershey Bears fan.
Oh wow.
Because I was, obviously me being a Devils fan, you're like, oh, well, why don't you root for the Devils farm team? Because we switch every 2 years.
Yeah.
And and I will root for them. Like, if Utica came by, yeah, I root for them. Let's go Utica Devils or Utica Comets, whatever the fuck they are now, or when they were in Binghamton, or when they were in Albany, or when they were in Lowell, or when they were in Trenton, or you get what I'm saying.
Yeah.
It's like, it is whatever. But when I was up there, like, I used to be like, yeah, let's go Baby Pens and fuck Hershey and try to get into the spirit. Like, oh, there's a big rivalry there. It's right up 81. It's all the whole thing. And nobody else seems to give a shit. And it's like, all right, well then fuck it. Like, what? Why am I going to put effort into a fan base that doesn't give a shit about team? I really have no connection to this team. I hate the Pittsburgh Penguins anyway.
Yeah.
I was just trying to cheer on and be, here for the local team. If that's not going to be the case, then fuck it, I'm a diabetic. I will root for the team that will literally give me diabetes and death. As a diabetic, rooting for a team from Hershey is like rooting for a Catholic rooting for Satan. Like, it doesn't make any sense. But I was like, fuck it, let's go Hershey Bears.
I like that.
Plus,
analogy.
I like their new logo. They got a nice logo. So,
well, speaking of,
but yeah, it's a bad atmosphere.
Speaking of Utica Devils, because I think it's who they are this year, or are they still the Comets? Utica Comets.
They're still the Comets.
Okay.
Yeah, they're still the. I think they're doing they have an alternate uniform throwing back to the Utica Devils. But.
Okay, well, my sister actually went to their home openers past Monday. I want to say Monday night.
Okay.
Baby Pens were playing up there. That's why she wanted to go see her and the boyfriend went there, and I think how it went was I think the Baby Pens scored first.
Right.
Then Utica scored 2, so it was 2-1. Midway through second period, good game, and someone didn't pay the power bill. Power went out completely, no lights whatsoever. And my sister texted me a video of it, of all the. It almost looked like Bray Wyatt was showing up to the hockey game. All the
right, yeah, everybody's got their
right?
phone flashlights on because everything else is out. Yeah,
and I'm like looking at what she's videotaping, and I'm like thinking to myself, this is an arena. Where's the backup generators? No backup generators. All the exit signs or the emergency exits are completely out. There's no lights.
Dude, the arena in Utica, like that whole Utica area, the Utica Civic Center, whatever it is now, that arena is fucking close to 80 to 100 years old as it is.
Well, and I thought that's what I thought.
I think about like Syracuse too, like Syracuse War Memorial fucking auditorium. Same deal. It's like it's been around since the fucking Great Depression. It was a works project. You know?
And that's what I thought. And I asked my sister that. Here they just did renovations, recently. I don't want to say this year, but maybe in the past couple of years. You would think you would want to put generators in there just in case something like this happens.
Who knows? But who knows what happened? Was it a direct line? Did somebody
here? It was just them. It wasn't even a full grid where houses lost power. It was just them that lost the power.
Well, no, that's what I mean. But who knows what happened?
Yeah.
Like, who knows what happened in the arena? If there was a short, if it was a bad fuse box, if it was actually like in the renovation.
Yeah.
Was there fucked up wiring? Was there something like that? Like that happened with out in St. Louis. They have a new soccer specific stadium getting ready for their new MLS team next year. It was supposed to open it. It was supposed to, I think, have a women's team game in there. It was like this whole thing, like the opening kind of run throughs there to make sure it ran, right? And they had to cancel the first 3 events they had there that they wanted to try to get off, and then they've just like canceled everything and are now doing a deep dive into the stadium because there were massive, this again, freshly built, brand new built. But none of the power worked. Apparently, there was massively dangerous power situations. Plumbing didn't work. There was problems with the pipes. There was problem with getting water in, getting water out. This whole brand new arena, or the brand new stadium, was built, and nothing worked. So they have to they've completely shut it down. They're supposed to have this big grand opening. That's not happening. They've tried to have the couple of run-throughs. They're not happening because nothing is working. So now they have to go in and basically tear out everything and figure out what the fuck's going on.
Yeah.
And who did that. So, I mean, that's a huge problem now, and that's a huge crossover. So, again, when it comes to this arena, yeah, they might have renovated this arena in Utica, but who knows who did what and who knows how well of a job they did. And especially if it's been a couple of years, good luck trying to fucking find the guys and be like, hey, no, you're supposed to do this work? I don't know what the fuck you're talking about. So it's going to cost somebody else to go in there and then check it out. So, it's did the Devils, did it cancel the rest of the game?
They suspended the game until January 24th, and they're going to pick it right up from where it got paused.
That sucks because who knows by that time? Who knows who? Especially with the Devils, who knows who's getting called up, down, any of that kind of shit. So that's going to be it's going to be 2 completely different teams.
Yeah.
By the time we get to January, let's finish this game that happened back then. So,
which kind of sucks too, and who, like you said, who's getting called up and things like that, and at that point, say King was the goalie for Monday night. Come January 24th, he might be on injured reserve, or he's not going, or he could start, but lost that mojo that he was having a good game.
That's what I mean. He's or he's called up or anything like that.
Yeah.
Who knows what happens? So then you got to start another goaltender. Like, it's weird. Like, I don't get it. Like, I don't know how much of the game had gone by.
Yeah.
Like, whether or not they could have just called it and said, "Hey, you know what? It's we're more than halfway through. This is the full game. Fuck it." You know.
There were, I think they said there were about 12 minutes left in the second period, so they were almost literally halfway through the game. So I don't know what the rule. I don't know if they have to finish 2 periods for a game to be considered callable, or however you want to say it.
Yeah, I don't know, but I would have just been like, you know what? Fuck it. You know what, guys? We'll just call this one, and I don't know. We'll do. You want to play rock paper scissors for it? You know,
there you go.
Whatever.
I actually kind of agreed with my sister. I would have put the players back out there and let them play with no lights. What could happen? What could be the worst thing to happen? You know,
that's the worst thing to happen. Going 80 miles an hour on skates with fucking blades on your feet in complete and utter darkness, being lit up by only people's fucking phone lights. Which, by the way, I went to the MCR concert with my fiance, and there were moments during the concert, you know, where like people, you know, take the phone lights, how people used to do with the lighters to have the light. People do with the phone lights now. I'll tell you what, when you get like fucking 18,000 people lighting up their phones, shit gets pretty lit.
Oh,
like,
yeah.
You could probably pass getting a hockey game. Like, it's almost like playing hockey in Twilight. Like, you could do it.
I'll have to send you the video, because like I said,
it'd be weird. It'd be funky. Don't get me wrong.
Yeah,
but you could do it. Like, it could be done. That's one of the things I was sitting there, because it was at the Prudential Center where the Devils play, and I'm just watching the thing, and I see them light. You know, it gets to the part, and you light the phone up, and I got my phone up there too, and I got my phone light on, and then I'm looking around. I was like, compared to what it was just before, which again was pitch black because it's a concert, so only the stage is lit, and then you see everybody's phones on. It's like, wow, you can see everything. Like, you literally see it. I was like, wow, this is, you know, it never dawned on me on how bright getting 18,000 phone lights actually is. It's pretty fucking bright, I'm going to tell you. So you could have gotten away with it. And
I do want to say kudos to those people that still use lighters for moments like that.
The old schoolers, man. They're the ones
you know?
that are still fucking ripping Pell Mills and Marlboro Reds and shit. Don't use the fucking phone lights. What are you fucking amateurs doing over
Big
here?
Brother's
You gotta
watching
get your
us.
Zippo. They got the fucking Zippo with some kind of weird shit fucking engraved on it from 1987. Joni Loves Chachi, whatever the fuck it is. And I got, this is how we did it back in the day.
As they're coughing up 2 lungs.
Oh, that's funny.
So,
that's funny.
Kind of moving on, since NFL, you know, we had NFL this past week.
Lots of stuff going on, man. I'll tell you what.
You know what? You text us in our family chat there. Looks like we're off to another crazy week. Justin Tucker misses a field goal, and at first I was like when I saw it, I'm like, okay, it depends. And when you're like, 55-yard field goal, come on, man. I mean, that's a tough field goal to begin with.
Yeah, but here's the thing. Justin Tucker doesn't miss from 66.
Yeah,
all right?
But still,
you got to hit the crossbar for it. But the thing is, Justin Tucker does not miss. And for him, like, even a 53-yard field goal is a routine field goal for that guy.
Now, did you see it or no?
He's a different level of kicker.
Did you see the kicker or no?
Yeah, I watched the whole game.
Was it missed badly, or was it just barely? Or?
I forget. I forget what the distance was. It wasn't something absurd for him.
Okay.
But it was just, he kicked it and it just kind of floated over, like it did a list, kind of just listed over and missed. And it's like, hey, wait a minute. I was like, maybe the football gods are on the Giants' side today, because Justin Tucker does not miss a field goal. Like,
you know what? Come to think of it, I did have that game on, and then I started getting a headache, so I was just like, I'm just gonna close my eyes, kind of listen to it. So I did open my eyes here and there, but I did miss the field goal when he kicked it there. I did not miss the last 5 minutes of that game, though.
And here's the other thing I got to tell you. Looking back on it, those 3 points meant a lot.
Yeah.
those 3 points meant something. And I'll tell you what, man, the Giants team just doesn't get up. And like you were just mentioning, yeah, those last 5 minutes, man, what a fucking time, man.
Yeah. Now, with Lamar Jackson, y'all throw the interception there. And so when he threw re-jog my memory here. So when he threw the interception, that helped you guys score to go ahead, wasn't it?
Here's what happened. Yeah, because it was... what was it at that time? At that time, I think it was tied still. I think it was 2020.
Okay. Yeah, because
we won the game 27-20, I believe. Correct?
Yeah, because that last touchdown. Because Saquon.
Because this was the series of events. The Giants had a drive to go down, and we got a field goal. And then it was okay. Then it was 17-20, so we were in striking distance.
Yeah,
and it's like, all right, here we go. And then it's like we just need a stop. Just got to get a stop. All we need is a stop. Get a stop. And so the Ravens start going, and they start driving, and And it's like, okay, shit. And we get them to a 3rd and 1, and Lamar Jackson goes for a QB sneak, gets it. Flag on the play, illegal formation. Okay, pushes him back to 3rd and 5. All right, got to get a stop. It was a bad snap. It went over Lamar.
Yeah.
So Lamar had to run back into the backfield and pick it up. And now he's scrambling. He's running all over the place. Now, in that situation, what you should probably do, if there's not somebody explicitly wide open, throw that ball away. That's just a dead play. You can punt it away. You can do whatever you want. Lamar tried to make a play out of it and just kind of hucked it downfield. And there was our cornerback, Love, just sitting there, scooped it up, had a decent return, and then that's it. We went and we drove the ball in there. Saquon got the touchdown.
Yeah.
And then that was no. Saquon got the second touchdown. Saquon got the go ahead. That the one on that drive was the touchdown pass to Bellinger, our tight end.
Okay.
Where DJ went down the field, they were able to get down there. There was a massive interference, I think, or I'm transposing it. Either one. I think it was the first one was the tight end touchdown.
Okay.
So then Bellinger scores that. Then we have another kickoff. Or was that? Yeah, something like that. We stopped them, get it, drive all the way down. Saquon scores. I can't remember. I might be fucking up the series of events. I was in a different world too, so just understand that.
And your heart.
I didn't understand again. I'm not used to this.
Yeah,
I'm not used to the Giants being good. So either way, all that matters is that Lamar fucked up twice. Kayvon Thibodeau did well coming off the edge, getting him to fumble the ball to end the game there. Saquon with a very smart play at the end.
Dude, I thought he was going to pull who did it? Oh, was it Ron Dane? Did that?
No, Ron Dane, dude. What the? You're going way to fuck.
Well, yeah, it was either Ron Dane around that time, or I'm trying to think of the Pittsburgh running back that did it, where he tried to stop himself on the one and fell.
That was the Giants. That was Super Bowl 46.
Yes.
And yeah, Ron Dane has long been retired.
Who am I thinking of?
I wasn't even Brandon Jacobs. That was Ahmed Bradshaw. There we go. That was Ahmed Bradshaw.
And I thought he was going to do that and fall into the end zone.
No, he did the smart thing. Just sat his ass right down, and we were able to kneel it out. And I mean, it's just I still see a ton of, man, the Giants are the worst 5-1 team I've ever seen. They're not better than the Ravens. They're not better than the Packers. They're not better than any of these teams. They're not better than the Vikings, that's for sure. They're not better than the Cowboys. They're not better than, they're only there by luck. They're everything like that. It's like at some point, when is winning close games not lucky but good? Because this is the thing. It's like these are games the Giants not only don't win in the last couple of years, we end up getting blown the fuck out by the end of it. Well, all these games the Giants have won, these 5 games that they've won, have all been within one possession. They've all been close, tight games. The Giants have always stayed within striking distance and then pull it out in the end. These games, last year, the year before, the year before that, the year before that, the year before that, and the year before that are games we lose. Are games where it's close, looks like the Giants could be good, and then they fuck up something, and the other team goes and fucking just starts blowing us out, and then we lose by 23 points.
Well, you just said how you don't think the Giants are better than the Cowboys and a couple other teams, right?
No, I did not say that. That's what other people are saying.
Oh, I thought, okay. Because I was just looking at your power rankings, which I think is absolute bullshit.
Whoa. Okay, hold on.
I think you're trolling me by this point. You really think
Here we go.
The Bills.
Let's go ahead. No. I want. Okay, we're no.
So
we're
you
hashing
got
this
me
the fuck
fired
out
up now.
We are hashing this out now. What the fuck is your problem with my power rankings? My top 12 that I have, which you can go see over on the Stay Tuned Sports Twitter, which is ST Sports Podcast, as is all of our social media. So if you want to go see that, I have now for the last 2 weeks. I kind of went with my rule for college. I said I'm going to wait 6 weeks before I go ahead and start put out a power ranking or any kind of ranking to see where everybody the fuck is. All right.
Okay.
So I did that last week. Pissed you off.
And
how do you put the Chiefs above the Eagles? Right. The Chiefs. I still technically think the Chiefs are a better team than the Eagles. Anyway,
not what happens on the field. But go ahead.
Oh no. Okay. So now I want to know, what is your issue? What is your problem with this week's top 12?
Well, one, we are undefeated.
Okay.
And
that's fine.
I know you could use the argument. Well, who'd you play? The Bills have one loss. If you look at their loss, it was against a average team. I forget who they played, but
it was a very close loss against the Dolphins, who in those first 3 weeks were pretty good.
First 3 weeks, yes, in the last 3 weeks are
absolutely.
So, how do you have the Bills over us that have a loss against a average team when we have no losses, and we played a good team with Dallas?
Because if you watch football, if you watch any of these games, and if you say, okay, we take the Bills and we take the Eagles and we put them on a neutral field, who wins? The Bills fucking destroy the Eagles every time.
You're fucking drunk.
Every time.
You're drunk.
So the Bills are. If you can sit here and say that the Eagles are a better team than the Buffalo Bills, you're high as shit.
Do I think it would be a close game? I think it would be a 3-4 point different game. I think it would be a shootout too. And I think the Eagles have more weapons to be able to score more points than the Bills. Who the Bills have? They have Josh Allen and Diggs.
Oh my God.
Who's their running backs?
Oh my God.
Who's their tight ends? You know what I mean?
Dude, please stop. Just stop it.
You are just still drinking that haterade.
Dude, listen. It's a fact. You look at. Listen. The only reason you want the Eagles as first is because you wear those midnight teal glasses and see everything through that haze. I'm sorry. With the eyeball test right now, the Bills are better than the Eagles. I'll be fair with you. I think the Chiefs are still much better than the Eagles. 1,000%, I would put the Chiefs above the Eagles. If you tell me like who I think has a better chance to win like the Super Bowl or who would win in a head-to-head matchup, I would in a head-to-head matchup between the Eagles and the Chiefs on a neutral field, which is how you kind of want to judge this shit.
Yeah.
I think the Chiefs beat the Eagles a majority of the time. Let's say you play 100 times, I think the Chiefs win 70 to 80% of the times. 80% of those games. Absolutely.
I don't think so.
With them having 2 losses, I couldn't justify putting the 2 losses above an undefeated Eagles team. So I was like, for now, Eagles go above the Chiefs. But I still do think the Chiefs are a better team than the Eagles overall, that they would beat them. If they played in the Super Bowl, the Chiefs would beat the Eagles. If they played in the Super Bowl, the Bills would beat the Eagles. I think that I 1,000% believe that.
All right, we'll remember this clip. So if that does happen, where the Eagles play one of those 2 teams, we're going to make a bet for the Super Bowl, in the Super Bowl. Well,
the Eagles aren't going to make it to the Super Bowl because the Giants are going to beat them in the playoffs, and then the Giants are going to the Super Bowl. So, I mean, let's
now who's on crack?
Let's be fucking real here. You know what I mean? Do you have any other problems with my rankings here?
More of a curiosity here. So you have the Bengals over Dallas. I think Bengals right above Dallas. Let me look again. But Bengals are 3.
Yes, I do.
So,
I have the Bengals at 7 and the Cowboys at 8.
So why?
Because outside of that Cowboys defense, and I'll say this too, if you look at the stats and you look what the Bengals have been doing, I think the Bengals defense is better. As good as the Cowboys defense is.
Well, because the Cowboys have a name, Micah Parsons, that really stands out. That's their defense.
And Diggs too.
And
they have
Diggs, yeah.
on the end too. But I'll tell you this. Here's this stat. Why don't you chew on this? In the 6 games the Bengals have played this year, their opponents have scored exactly 0 touchdowns in the second half. None.
Okay.
0.
Well,
that's a good defense. And I think the reason they're 3-3 is their offensive line, plain and simple.
Well, yeah. I mean, we've been saying that for a few weeks now, though, too.
But you're seeing them. It looks like the Bengals are gaining their footing. And when you have that and you have those weapons and you have apparently that defense, which is all of a sudden, like very sneakily, very quietly being a top NFL defense, that's a dangerous team again.
Okay.
And so that's why I don't look strictly at the records. Because the records, you look at the Bengals, they're 3-3. Hey, put them above the Cowboys. You look at how they're playing, you look at how they're trending. Again, yeah, the Cowboys beat the Bengals back. Yeah, the Cowboys beat the Bengals. It took overtime when the Bengals were absolute shit and Joe Burrow was getting literally assaulted every play because that offensive line was a rotating door.
Yeah. Now, I'm assuming you watched the whole Eagles game Sunday night?
I did not. I was in and out. I watched like a couple of clips. I watched some guy's reaction video to it because I was just like, I had to go to bed anyway.
I mean, the reason why I brought it up was how the Eagles' game plan for Parsons. I was just wondering if you think maybe did Philadelphia figure out something about that defense, how to attack that defense, and basically all they did was they didn't put no extra. Now this is when Lane Johnson was still in the game. Lane Johnson had a really good game till he had a concussion, and then once he came out, that's when you texted me, pretty much the game's over, and I told you it's not. And sure enough, Dallas came back.
Yes, they did. Yes, they did.
What they did basically was they didn't give no help to Lane Johnson, even when he got hurt. They still didn't give Driscoll, how do you say his name? Didn't give him help. And when they rolled out towards Parsons, Hurts basically said, "Come at me then, let him come to you, and then I'll make my play. I'll do the pass. If you commit to me, then I'll do the RPO and hand it off to Sanders." And it worked. I think I saw that he only had 3 pressures on the quarterback for the whole game.
Okay, but how much of that is either him just having a bad game or, again, not every team has a Jalen Hurts.
No,
not every team has those kind of talents. And also, the other thing, too, is when the Colts beat the Chiefs back in week 3, I think it was, or week 4, whatever, whenever they beat the Chiefs, and it was like, oh, shit, the Colts just beat the Chiefs. Maybe the Colts aren't as bad as maybe we thought they were. Maybe the Chiefs not as good as we thought the Chiefs were. And it was like, maybe what happened here is, the Colts gave us a blueprint on how to handle this Chiefs firepower offense.
Yeah.
How to contain Mahomes, how to contain Juju Smith-Schuster, how to contain Travis Kelce, how to make sure all that is have a bend and no break, and then come out and win it in the end, exposing their defense a bit. It's like, man, Colts might have given everybody blueprints. And then the Chiefs came out the next week, and I forget who they played, but they blew them the fuck out.
Yeah.
Like, it wasn't even close. And all of a sudden, you sit back and are like, well, no blueprint there. It was just a bad game, and you have it, and you have those. So is that just a bad game by the Dallas defense? Was Micah just not have an off night? Did Diggs have an off night? You see, he was very frustrated at the end of the game.
I want to know. I want to know what AJ Brown said to him, because that's what happened. Was AJ Brown? He didn't do nothing with his hands. He wasn't physical with Diggs at the end there. He just looked at him, and I know they were battling on Twitter throughout the week, but he had to say something to make him go ballistic like that. I mean, to lose your cool and take your
I don't
helmet
know if
off.
it goes anything about what anything is said. Just again, I was towards the end of the night. It was a frustrating night for them, and again, that could just have been the frustration boiling over. Because if it was something I think that was said to him, he would have went right back at him. He would have been in his face. He would have been saying something to him. He didn't do that. He was like screaming at the sky. He was screaming at the world.
Yeah.
He was just like, motherfucker, like he had that kind of energy. So I don't think it was anything that was said to him. I just think that was the culmination of just a frustrating night, a bad night for that defense. And not even so much a bad night for the defense. It was a bad first half for that defense.
Yeah.
Because again, if the Cowboys defense played in the first half like they did in the second half, that game could be a lot closer than it was, which it ended up being actually closer than any of us thought it would be.
Yeah.
And the Cowboys might have even won that game, and maybe that's a bit of the frustration that was there as well. And then again, who knows how these rankings look? If the Cowboys had beaten the Eagles that night, but
you would knock them out of the top 12.
No, I would. See, you just think I have this blind Eagles hatred. If I had that blind Eagles hatred, the Eagles would be below the Jets. Who are in sixth right now.
Jets are good this year. I don't think
I'll tell you what, man.
Aberration here.
I keep on waiting for the Jets to jet.
Yeah.
I think everybody's just kind of when are the Jets going to jet? And it seems like they had that bumpy start to the start of the year. Again, they started the first 4 games without Zach Wilson, the MILF hunter, and then even it was like, okay, they got that surprise comeback win in Cleveland. That was good, and you're looking at it, it's like, okay, they're 2-2. Wilson came back, and it's like, all right, well, let's see what happens. And they win the. Who did they play last week? I know they played the Green Bay last week, but the week before that, who did they play in week 5? I don't even know.
Week 5. Let me see here.
At this point, but obviously they won that game. It was at home, I think. Or was it?
Trying to get week 5 here.
But either way, they won that game. And I remember being impressed by the Jets in that game. I was like, oh shit!
They blew out the Dolphins.
That was it. It was the Dolphins.
Yeah.
Because it was Bridgewater was out. He was out early, and it didn't look like he had any kind of head injury or concussion injury, but they took him out and put him in concussion protocol. I think treating him with extra kid gloves because of the whole Tua situation. And so they had that big game there, and it was like, yeah, but it was against the Dolphins, and it was their second. There was their backups back up. It was whatever, and I was like, well, let's see what happens when they play Green Bay. Green Bay coming off that disappointing loss to the Giants in England. It's like, well, the Packers at home. Aaron Rodgers doesn't usually lose 2 games in a row. He's not going back to back. They're at home. They're at Lambeau. It's going to be chilly, overcast. This is going to be a test for the Jets to see if they're really something or not, but I don't know. But sure enough, they went into Lambeau and they fucking laid it on the Packers.
Yeah.
And now the question is, are the Jets real? I think they're real enough. I think they're a good team. I think, again, that's the thing. Am I saying the Giants are a great team? Am I saying the Jets are a great team? Am I saying the Vikings are a great team? No. But I think we have to stop this idea, they're lucky. They're winning these games by smoke and mirrors or doing whatever.
Yeah.
At some point, you have to stop having that bias from the last couple seasons, which even myself I've been trying to get over, because it's like, I'm not used to it. But you have to kind of come around and be like, okay, at some point, no, you don't want to call them great. Fine, you don't have to call them great. I don't think they are great teams. Especially, again, if you put the Giants up against the Chiefs or the Bills right now, we're going to fucking die.
Oh, yeah.
I get it. But I think you have to stop and realize that these are good teams. The Giants, the Vikings, the Jets, these are good teams. They will go out there and they will solidly play. They will not, quote unquote, jet it up.
Yeah.
There won't be butt fumbles. There won't be those little mistakes that you see all the time with bad teams. And it's like, motherfucker, they're going to lose games, fine, but they're going to lose games because the other team beat them, not because they made fucking stupid mistakes.
Now you brought up about the Jets playing Green Bay, and Aaron Rodgers not losing 2 games in a row, this and that. If Because I mean, this past week he's been, just basically saying to the front office, you guys better do something quick. You better get me receivers. You better this and that. And it's been proven that the front office doesn't really help Aaron Rodgers as far as the receiving department. Do you think he just finally says, you know what, fuck this, and if they don't help him out and retires at the end of the year?
He might.
Then do you think,
I mean, you never know.
Brady's going to be following?
What's that?
Do you think Brady will follow him and retire as well?
I think this is. I mean, if we're looking at things the way they're going right now, I think this is Brady's last season.
Yeah.
If he's getting as frustrated as he is, his life is falling apart. His wife left him, and allegedly.
Yeah.
And everything else that's going on, I think he's retiring anyway.
Yeah.
Like I'm wondering if he's regretting it doing that. Maybe not either. Like again, I don't know. I'm not inside his head. I'm not inside his life. I don't know what he's doing. I don't know what his personal thoughts are. I don't know anything of that nature. All I know is the Buccaneers are in fucking trouble.
Yeah.
Because they lost to Pittsburgh, who is fucking terrible.
And Pickett got hurt. So Trubisky came in.
And Trubisky came in and played well.
Yeah.
And played very well. And that's what I mean. I hate the fact when people shit on Trubisky. Because I truly believe that Matt Nagy fucked up that kid.
Yeah.
His first year, his rookie year, he was a rookie MVP candidate. Like, you know how hard that is to be a rookie and to be an MVP candidate?
And I mean, I know the Pro Bowl is shit now, but he's a Pro Bowl player. I mean, he got...
Well, that's like getting an All-American. Like going to the Pro... That being a Pro Bowler is...
But for how shitty he is...
It doesn't matter how much... But that's it. I don't think... That's the thing. I don't think he's shitty.
I'm sorry. I meant for how much people give him shit. Like, I agree. I don't think he's a bad quarterback.
I don't think he is either. I'm kind of excited for the way they're doing a Pro Bowl now, though.
Yeah.
The new the skills competition.
Skills
kind of
competition's back.
Taking a page out of the NFL, the NHL's book. They said, "Fuck it, we're not going to do the game. No more Pro Bowl game. We're just going to do the competitions." And
I
stuff.
am curious about the flag football aspect of it, though.
Everybody goes back to think about what's his face.
I know, but I mean, come on,
why?
Edwards.
I don't think they're
going
to. I don't think they're going to play on a beach, so that'll hopefully be better.
Yeah, but I mean, let's be honest. I mean, the games past 15 years have been flag football. I mean,
they've been worse than that because they've been pretending to be something else, and it's even more. It's been longer than that. The Pro Bowl has been unwatchable for 30 fucking years.
Well,
it has been a terrible fucking game.
The last time there was good hitting in there was the Sean Taylor hit on the punter.
No, the game was still shit then. That's the one hit that everybody remembers, and the reason they remember it is because the game was so shit for so long that actually seeing something like that was like, holy shit, oh my God, he did that in a Pro Bowl.
Yeah.
So I don't want to hear people say like, oh, the Pro Bowl hasn't been good since Sean Taylor blew up that punter. No, that game's been shit it was shit 20 years before that hit. You're taking one clip and being like, oh, that's what the Pro Bowl was like. No, the fuck it wasn't.
Yeah.
The Pro Bowl was still a glorified flag football game when Sean Taylor made that hit. That's why it was such a big deal. It was like, why the fuck is this guy ruining this kid's life over the fucking Pro Bowl? That's what everybody was saying. So at least they got rid of the fucking game. That's fine. I enjoy that. Now, did they have the skills competition?
Did they announce like exactly what skills they're going to be doing, or is that still in the works?
They did. There's going to be like a weightlifting portion. There's going to be the flag football. There's going to be the quarterback accuracy. I think there's also going to be like goofy ones. Like there's going to be an offensive line pie eating contest, or hot dog eating contest, some kind of shit like that.
How about the field goals for kickers?
I'm sure there's going to be something like that. I don't know if all the details came out.
I kind of hope
if they have them yet or not. But
I hope they do.
I would imagine they're going to do something. For all these kind of things,
yeah.
Like kick accuracy, hitting and stuff like that, like they kind of do with the NHL with the goal accuracy and stuff like that, and the passing accuracy, and probably running backs and wide receivers doing like an obstacle course or something, like shit like that, and
like how they used
the kind of things you used to see on ESPN at 3:00 in the morning.
Yeah. I hope they bring back Horst though for the kickers. That was I liked it. I liked watching that one.
So we'll see. I don't know, but I'm excited for that. But yeah, I thought this was another This is another weird fucking week, man. It's hard. You don't know what's going on in the NFL right now.
And here we are, week 7. So are we just accepting that every week of this year is going to be freaking nuts?
I think that the things you can take away are the Bills are really, really good. The Chiefs are really, really good. The Eagles are really, really good. Then you have a bunch of good teams.
Yeah.
You have your greats. You have your Bills, Eagles, Chiefs. And I think that's your echelon there. That's your top.
Okay.
Then there's a gap from the great teams. And then you have your Vikings, your Giants, your Jets, your Cowboys. Patriots are coming on a little bit.
Yeah.
That's your good teams. Then you have a lot of middling teams. That's where you have your 49ers, your Bengals, your Titans, your Chargers. And again, the Chargers are 4-2. They're a game. They're actually tied with the Chiefs for first in the division, which is fucking insane.
Yeah.
Because you look at the Chiefs and you look at the Chargers, and those are two very different trajectories. The Chargers have been a letdown this whole year. I thought the Chargers were going to make a move. Remember before this year, everybody said the AFC West was going to be the division?
Yeah.
Like, they've never seen such a stacked division. The Broncos suck. I don't know what happened, but Russell Wilson does not know how to play football anymore. He is bad.
Even his teammates are starting to turn on him.
Dude, well, you're hearing all the shit come out from all the old Seattle guys being like, man, we knew this shit back then. Like, he's not a good person to be around. He's not a good teammate.
Yeah.
He does all this weird shit in the locker room and blah, 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 whatever. It's like, holy shit. That's it. When things start going bad, they start going bad. And everybody starts piling on top of you. But that's, listen, the eyeballs say what they say. And yes, the Broncos might be a terribly coached team. Yes, they may not have certain weapons. But you're Russell Wilson. You're supposed to be a top elite quarterback. Even Aaron Rodgers has won 3 games and can look good with receivers we ain't fucking heard of.
Yeah.
If you want to be that kind of level, you have Jerry Jeudy, a very good wide receiver. You have tools around you to do something. Everybody said, I mean, again, you're the Broncos. You were thought to be a force in the AFC West this year. You really were. And to be as abysmally bad as they are, and listen, we watched the games. He's not good.
No.
Russell Wilson is not good at football. Right now, as we sit here and talk, we're recording this on the 19th of October, 2022. Russell Wilson is not good at football. Can that change? Can he get some of his mojo back? Sure, but right now, he is bad.
It's almost like he got knocked down 4 or 5 pegs from where he was.
Mitchell Trubisky right now is a better quarterback than he is.
Oof.
I dare to say Mason Rudolph, but I don't want to go too far yet.
Yeah, no, I mean, I agree about Trubisky.
He's in Sam Darnold. Listen, I think Baker Mayfield's better than he is. As of right now, I think Baker Mayfield's better than fucking Russell Wilson.
I could say equal. I don't know if
maybe even, but maybe even to slightly better.
Yeah,
because
Baker had some weapons in Cleveland. Odell, Jarvis Landry had a good running game, and he still wasn't where people thought he should have been.
Man, I'll take Jared Goff in Detroit much better this season so far.
The
problem with the Lions isn't their offense; it's their fucking defense that just can't stop anybody.
Yeah,
but Jared Goff is playing much better than Russell Wilson, which is something I did not think I'd say before the season.
Yeah.
The only people playing worse than him right now is like Justin Fields.
Yeah.
Who else? Like Mac Jones, but he's been injured for a bit.
We talked about last week with Carson, who may even be playing a little bit better than Russell.
Yeah, that's it. He's on that level. He's on that Wentz level right now.
Yeah.
He's on that, can he be great? Sure, but is he right now? The fuck not.
Yep.
He's not. And that's going to take a lot to fix. And the Broncos coaching staff is not the type that I think can do that.
Yeah.
So they are in trouble in Denver.
I think I pretty much honestly, after seeing how the game went this past week, I pretty much have come to the conclusion they should just pack in for the season. I can't see the coach coming back next year with all the issues.
Here's the thing. You can't even do anything. Like, you can't be like, fuck it, tank it, and let's get our draft picks. They traded all their draft picks.
Yeah. But what I mean is...
You don't even get a win from that. You're going to get a super high draft pick this year that Seattle's going to get.
Yeah.
All for what? A fucking below mediocre quarterback.
Well, I'm not saying draft for a new quarterback, but bring a new coaching staff in.
No, but I'm saying for right now, the Denver Broncos are going to have a top 5 pick.
Yeah.
That they're not going to be able to use for anything. Whether it's a quarterback, offensive lineman, wide receiver, running back, anything. They can't.
Yeah.
Because it's going to Seattle.
Yeah.
And in return for trading all those draft picks to Seattle, they got a below mediocre quarterback.
Yeah.
As of right now. And a shitty first-year head coach who should be fired fairly soon. I can't see.
I was going to say, do you think he makes the year?
He'll probably make it to the end of the year simply because he's a first-time coach. Unless, again, he's done so much this year already that makes you think he has no idea what the fuck he's doing.
Yeah.
So unless he pulls like a Joe Judge kind of thing and kneels it on third down, punt it when you're only down 3.
Sorry, I remember that play.
Yeah, no, we all fucking remember that play.
I remember texting you, dude, what the fuck's he doing?
Because here's the thing. Joe Judge got the whole, like, listen, we're going to give him time. We're going to give him time to do this. We know it doesn't happen overnight. And everybody's like, okay, well, we're going to get a third year of Joe Judge. Maybe he can get it together for the third year. Like, they were going to give him the opportunity because he didn't seem like a bad coach. And the Giants looked like they were making strides. Daniel Jones was injured a lot of the year last year, so there was that going for them. They didn't have anybody really good as a backup there. Saquon was injured, all this stuff, blah, blah. There was so much stuff that piled up. So it was like, okay, we'll give him a third year and everything like that. And then the last 3 games happened. And he proceeded to just do the weirdest shit for the next 3 weeks. His press conferences all of a sudden got really fucking weird. Like, it's hard to explain. Go back and watch some of them.
Yeah.
Like, those last 3 weeks, he was just saying off-the-wall shit.
Well, that's why I think me and you agreed. We think by that point he was trying to get fired.
And that's what I mean. It's like, and then you had the final week of the year, and he's kneeling on third down when you're not down. I think they were down by 3 or points or something at that point.
Yeah.
It's like, what the fuck? What are we doing? Like, what was that? And then it got so loud. It was like, okay, we said we were going to bring this guy back for a third year, but seeing this motherfucker kneel the ball on third down, we're going to relieve Joe Judge of his duties. And it's like, thank God. But I mean, that's the kind of unless I don't even know this guy's fucking name out in Denver. Hackett. That's right. That's the joke people were saying. He can't hack it as a coach.
Oh, Jesus Christ. That is such a dad's joke.
It is, but people run with it. Unless he's done enough weird shit as it is. But if he goes ahead and kneels it on the third down or something, like that's something we're gonna see. That'll get him fired. But I think what'll probably end up happening is he'll make it to the end of the year. The Waltons there, brand new owners, they'll look at it and they'll see what Roger Goodell will think.
Yeah,
because they can't pronounce his name apparently, and they'll probably fire him and get a new regime in there for something real quick because they're going to notice. Listen, we just paid $60 billion for this thing, or however much it cost them to buy the goddamn Broncos.
Yeah,
we're gonna go ahead and make sure that we have a winner on the field. So I don't know who the next coach of the Broncos will be, but probably by next year it's not going to be Nathaniel Hackett. That's for sure.
I think he'll be the first one to get the axe.
Well, we already had Rule. Rule's already axed.
He was axed 3 years ago. It just took him this long to do it.
He was just hired 3 years ago.
That's exactly. So he played one game. He should have got fired then.
I remember, dude. I was dying for him to be the Giants coach.
Aren't you happy?
I wanted him so badly. Yeah, but what did we get? since him, we had Joe Judge, and I think that was also the last year of Sherman.
Oh, okay, yeah.
So we had Sherman, then we had Joe Judge. It was like, listen, couldn't have gotten much worse. So, but I remember, when he was first on the market, I was like, he had done so much at Baylor and everything. I was like, yeah, no, let's get this guy. But again, this goes to show you there are guys that are just college coaches. I would hire Matt Rule in a heartbeat for my college program. Like apparently it's either going to be Nebraska or Arizona State, I think, that picks him up. But I mean, if you got a college program, I'd pick up Matt Rule in a heartbeat. I think he's fantastic as a college coach.
Yeah.
As a pro coach, didn't work out. Again, Nick Saban, right now considered to be maybe the greatest college football coach of all time. He was an abysmal failure in the NFL.
Yeah.
Steve Spurrier with the Redskins, absolute abysmal failure.
And they both went back to college, and Saban did what Saban did.
Just Spurrier kind of elevated the Gamecocks back to a little bit of relevancy, and look at Nick Saban. So maybe no more needs to be said. But then every now and then you get the rare ones. You get like a Pete Carroll. As much as I hate him, guy won at USC. Guy won in Seattle, and again, he started off doing NFL shit and was bad with the Patriots and bad with the Jets.
Yep.
Although here's the thing, I think he was okay with the Jets, but Leon Hess fired him immediately after one season. He was like, "I'm 91 years old. I want to win now." And so who'd he hire? Fucking Rich Kotite. Oh God. I remember that.
Yeah,
that's how old I am, kids. I remember the Kotite years fucking with the Jets.
I had to deal with them with Philly.
So I remember him with Philly too. Yeah. And you didn't think it couldn't get worse than him in Philly. Oh boy, sure enough, it could. That was a bad year. But around here, I used to go to Jet games a bunch.
Yeah.
Again, I'm a Giants fan. I do root for the Jets though. That's a. I know people say, "Oh, could you do that?" I never had that like weird antagonistic thing with the Jets.
Okay.
Like the whole Giants Jets thing, like the Yankees Mets thing.
Oh, okay.
It was usually the Giants and Jets were usually on at different times. One was on 1, one was on at 4. One would be on CBS, usually the Giants, because the CBS had the NFC games at that time.
Yeah.
The Jets would be on NBC because NBC had the AFC games at that time. And it was just like, all right, Giants, yeah, let's go Giants. I'm a Giants fan, but I'm going to root for the New York team. Yeah, why not? Let's go Jets. And so, like, I never had that animosity towards them. I have no idea where I was going with this. I just want to let people know that me rooting for the Jets and me saying, hey, let's go Jets. It's not a big, it's not like me being like, oh, you're a fake Giants fan. Go fuck yourself. There are teams you can't, like, I can't be a Devils fan and then also root for the Rangers. Like, that doesn't happen.
It's like oil and water. It just doesn't mix.
Yeah. Like, I can't be a Giants fan and root for the Eagles. Like, that's not going to happen.
Well, I mean, your rankings show that.
Dude, your Eagles are 3 spots ahead of the Giants. If I was a true asshole, like an asshole, I mean, the Eagles would be, like I said, you'd have the Eagles below, like, the fucking Chargers at 11 or something. Like, that's what I would do. But I'm not, I'd be like, yeah, who'd they play? They're not really that good. 6-0, that's a phony record. Like, I'm not going to do that. The Eagles are good. They were a legitimately good team. Jalen Hurts is legitimately a guy that we can say right now. Is he going to be a multi-year guy? Is he going to be able to sustain this? Is he going to be a one-hit wonder like Carson was with the Eagles? I don't know. But for right now, that Eagles team is fucking dangerous. They are a dangerous, dangerous team.
You want to do some picks?
Sure, why not? How the fuck did I do last week? I have no idea.
Well, I'm going to keep you in suspense.
Oh, we got suspense going on here.
So we are going to do our blue picks this week for week 7. Our blue picks are presented by Dubby Energy Drinks. Dubby gives you focus and energy without the crash or jitters. It has no sugar, fillers, or artificial dyes. Head over to dubby.gg and use the promo code STSports18, all capital letters, to get 10% off of your purchase.
Because here's the thing. It's 2022 already. Do you still want to be sucking down sugar like a moron? No, you don't. You're smart. You're a smart individual. But you still want to have that energy. Why? Because your brain uses a lot of energy. It does. It's the most energy dependent organ you have in your body, and you got to keep it sharp and you got to keep it focused. So how are you going to do that within all legal means, without having that damn sugar crash and all the fat you get from all the empty calories that are in sugar? Easy. Dubby. They got your back. No sugar. Keeps you focused. Keeps you alert. Keeps you going, whether you're gaming, watching sports, doing whatever, really. Keeps you up. Keeps you focused. Tastes delicious. Go to w.gg. Put in the promo code STSports18, all capital letters. As Jimbo said, you're going to get 10% off of your purchase. That's at w.gg. Promo code STSports18, all caps.
And I'll tell you what, I finally tried our I forget what name we came up with it, but I tried the peach one with peach vodka, and I mixed a little bit of peach Lipton peach tea in it. Ooh, it's dangerous. Even the wife was like, "What are you making over there?" I'm like, "Oh, my peach." And
it's like a poor man's speedball.
Yeah, well, yeah.
It's an energy drink mixed with the downer of alcohol. All of a sudden, it's like, oh, this is the best thing I've had since cocaine and heroin. Kids, don't do drugs, by the way. That's bad.
Yes,
we're not promoting it.
Say no to drugs.
Say no to drugs. But say yes to Dubby.
To Dubby.
Yeah, look at that. We're a professional fucking show.
So, as far as last week, I don't know why I broke week 5, but these are the correct ones here. For the blowout last week, I took the Bills. The Bills won, but they only won by 4. So technically, it's a loss. You took the Eagles.
Oh, are we doing the spreads like that? We're doing the spreads like that?
It
seems like the rules change every time.
No, I'm not you.
You're worse than me, apparently.
The blowout is if you pick whatever team you pick to do the blowout, they have to win by 10 points or more. That's been...
Oh, so they have to win by 10 points?
Yes.
Okay.
You almost pulled out the win with the Eagles. Eagles won by 9. So that's what
Wait a minute.
What?
You picked the Bills as your blowout?
Yeah.
Against the Chiefs?
Yeah, because I don't think the Chiefs are as good as you think they are. They're good. I'm not saying they're not, but I don't think they're as good.
I don't know how I don't remember this from last week, but did I call you fucking stupid? Because that's fucking stupid.
I mean, it sounds like you probably would have called me fucking stupid. But yeah, so Eagles won by 9.
I thought the Eagles. I was close. I was doing really good in that first half.
Yeah.
With that Eagles game. I'll tell you that.
Here's the only consistent thing about the Eagles this year, and I said this to you: second and the fourth quarter, we blow out teams, and I didn't know how bad it was until they actually put the stat up. And again, we're not stat guys. We actually have 127 points in the second and fourth quarter combined, compared to the other team with 25 points. We are just blowing them out that bad. First and third quarter, we can't figure out how to fucking play. But I mean,
it's so weird for it to be kind of quartered like that.
Yeah.
Where a lot of times you'll see a team be a first half team or a second half team, or teams that can put it together for the whole thing, like the Bills or Chiefs. But yeah, it's weird to have we in the first and third quarters. Man, can't fucking stop us. That second and fourth quarter, though, I don't know what the fuck.
Well, someone put on Twitter, it was just a regular fan or whatever, about us. First quarter, keep it even. Second quarter, start running the fucking ball. Third quarter, take a power nap. Fourth quarter, oh shit, there's the rest of the game. Let's go.
That's so weird.
That's so us. For our locks last week, I took the Chargers. Chargers won. You took the Jags over the Colts. Colts won.
So, again, that Colts are another team. They're fucking schizophrenic. I have no idea what the fuck
who's
you're going
showing
to
up.
Yeah.
For upset, I took the Cowboys. Reverse psychology, obviously. And drum roll, please. For the first time this year, King has a win.
Fucking game?
Yeah. You took Seattle upsetting the Arizona Cardinals, and they did.
Yeah. Well, the Seattle is actually good.
With Geno Smith, I don't think he's getting a lot of credit, but I think he deserves it.
He's a better quarterback than fucking Russell Wilson is. I'll tell you that.
Yeah.
As of right now, not even close.
All right,
I'll take that though. Hey, win number 1, ladies and gentlemen.
You gotta get the first win off your back. Gotta get that monkey off your
cook.
back.
Let's go.
Let's ride.
STS country.
Do you want to pick first? Or do you want me to pick first?
Well, the first one is blowout.
Blowout,
correct?
yes.
All right, let me see. I want to see if we have any good blowout games here. Okay, I got a good blowout game. I will go. This is a good get-right game.
Okay.
We were just talking about him a little bit earlier. Trouble at home, things not going great in your life, in your mind. We've all been there with certain things, one thing or another, and you just need something to kind of get you right, get you back into the groove. And I think that's what this game is going to be for Tom Brady and the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. They're going to go down to Carolina, who is several shades of shit right now, man. They are just all over the place, trading receivers who were yelling at coaches who said, "Trade me" on the sidelines. And these are interim coaches because you're fired the other coach, and you don't know who's your starting quarterback, and just everything. Cats and dogs living together, mass hysteria. I don't care that they're playing at home. This is such a mess. The Buccaneers are favored by 10.5, and I think that's pretty correct. They should cover that. I'm going to go with the Buccaneers over the Carolina Panthers as my B blowout pick.
Okay. For my blowout pick, I am going with. There we go. Miami Dolphins over the Pittsburgh Steelers. Even though the Steelers beat Green Bay, they're still a shitty team. Let's call a spade a spade. I think the Dolphins will pull this out and blow them out by 10 points or more. Right now, they're on ESPN. They're favored by 7. It's a Sunday night game, so it shouldn't be that bad a game. And even Thursday's game this week should be at least a little bit better than the past 2 weeks.
Tua should be back.
No, he's already ruled out. They're going to take him slow, but I think Bridgewater might be back.
I know they both out of concussion protocol.
Yeah.
I thought because he was out before last week's game. I didn't think they counted him out yet this week.
Here, let me see. So all right, so that's going to be my blowout pick.
But either way, yeah, because if Tua's not starting or Bridgewater's not starting, I wouldn't be safe with that as a blowout pick at all.
Actually, neither of them are on Miami Dolphins injury report.
Then they're both clear. That's what I mean. They're both cleared out. That's what I'm saying is that I think Tua's starting this week. In which case, you should be fine.
Yeah.
Because the Steelers are garbage, especially without TJ on the line.
All right. Moving on to our lock picks.
Because it's blue, so we got to do the lock picks, right? So we got to do the team that we think lock to win, no matter what. That's how it goes, right? I think I'm explaining it like I'm a 3-year-old, but sometimes I need to have that done to me. What I'm gonna do is for the. I'm going to go Monday night. I'm going to go with the Patriots to beat the Chicago Bears. Not much really to say there. The Patriots are on an upturn, especially with Zappy zipping the ball around as he's doing. Patriots seem to be gaining a little bit of a momentum, a little bit of a foothold here, and the Bears fucking suck. So with that in mind, there's really not much to say about this. Patriots should beat the Bears. They're playing in New England. It's pretty academic, at least in my mind, which means that the Bears are going to win by 30. But I really do think that this is a pretty good lock. So that's my lock pick. The L lock pick is going to be the Patriots over the Bears on Monday night.
So I was just having a debate in my head about this. Which team from this game I should actually pick as my lock pick. But I think this would be the safer pick. I'm taking the Packers over the Commanders. And I know before you say you're fucking stupid.
I'm not
for thinking about Commanders.
It's a risky game, but you could do it.
I will not be surprised if Heineke Mania comes back again. Because that's
what I'm saying.
He's starting.
You got Heineke starting.
Yeah. But I just can't see Aaron Rodgers losing 3 in a row against a team like the Commanders. So I'm going with the Packers for my lock pick. All right, so moving on to our upset picks.
Blue,
that wasn't a bad song. It was very catchy, that song.
That's pretty good, man. That's house music. That's back in the 90s, baby.
Yeah.
A lot of people listening probably weren't even born then. That makes me feel sad, and a little bit like death is knocking on my door. For my upset pick, what I'm going to go ahead and do is I'm going to look at all these games here, and what I see is one game here that kind of sticks out simply because I think it's going to be a lot closer than a lot of people think.
Okay.
I think, again, you have one team that's really kind of struggling. You have another team that's a bit schizophrenic, but when they're on and they have the weapons, like they have a great wide receiver, they have a very good defense as well. It's just them trying to put it all together, and maybe it was their quarterback that was a little screwed up a bit, but apparently he's hurt, and a very good backup's going to be coming in, and I think we will see this. It's actually the game that you just talked about. My upset pick is I'm going to pick the Washington football team of Redskin Commanders to go ahead and beat the Green Bay Packers. The Packers are favored by 4.5 at Washington. I think this is, and not only that, I think Washington's going to be motivated because, especially with the shit that Jim Irsay's been saying, and a lot of the reports swirling around, it seems like there might be a light at the end of the tunnel of getting Dan Snyder out of that organization and out of the league. And to the players, that's got to be super motivating to just be like, we're almost done with this fucking retard. We're almost getting rid of him. We got to get him out of here. We can play hard to show somebody else, maybe Jeff Bezos, to come and wants to buy the team. It's worth it to buy us because we'll play well. So I'm going to go with what was against your lock pick is going to be my upset pick. I'm picking the Washington Commanders over the Green Bay Packers.
All right. My upset pick, I'm gonna hop on the Geno Smith wagon here. I'm going with Seattle. I'm taking Seattle over the Chargers. I think it's
not a bad pick. That's not a bad pick.
I think it's going to be a close game. You know, I don't think it's going to be a blowout by one team or the other.
Because the Chargers are another one of those schizophrenic teams. Who the fuck is going to show up? We don't know.
And that's the thing. Seattle's been consistent. So I think if they could get ahead, 10, 14 points by halftime, maybe put that a little bit of pressure on the Chargers and get the Dr. Hyde or, the monster, and they just crumble.
Mr. Hyde.
Mr. Hyde, yeah.
Dr. Jekyll and Mr. Hyde, yes. There you go. See? But here's the other thing, too. That game, as like where I think it's going to be competitive, and I think the Seahawks very much could win that game. And this has been a big if this year. It's been an if all year when it comes to the Chargers. If Herbert is on.
Yeah.
If their offense clicks, this could be trouble.
Yeah.
This could get ugly real quick.
And that's what makes me wonder about this game because, again, on ESPN, I mean, you're pretty close to what I got anyways, but the Chargers are 6.5 point favorites.
6.5 point favorites at home, yes.
So, on paper, you think about the Chargers, who they got, on that team and everything, they should be able to blow out Seattle. It's Geno Smith. Come on, it's Geno Smith. But Seattle's been playing good.
It's again, we try to do a lot of this through eyeball test, and sometimes it bites us in the ass because it's like you never know, and you catch any given Sunday kind of day, and it's like shit. And I think that was what was going against the Giants and Jets and stuff early on. It was like when people were like they didn't want to buy into it because it's like any given Sunday, a bad team can win against a good team, and whatever it is. And I think that's what we're seeing is. You're starting to see maybe some of that come through. We're starting to see who's the good teams, who's the great teams, and who's maybe not as good as we thought they were. And again, when it comes to that AFC West, we thought the Broncos were going to be something, and they're not. We thought the Raiders were going to be good.
Yeah,
they so far have kind of been bitten in the ass, and they've only got one win. And I thought the Chargers were going to be good and consistent. And while their record says 4-2. I see 3-3 or 2-4. I honestly do. And when you go up against other teams, it's gonna come out, and you're gonna see that. And it's just a case of can they put it together? Can they stop being so schizo? And can they put together a solid game? If they can against the Seahawks, I think that's a blowout for the Chargers. But if the Chargers play the way they've played so far this year, all hibbledy-bibbledy and whatever, I think that's a good chance for the Seahawks to go in there and steal one. Absolutely.
So that's going to be our picks, our blue picks, which is presented by Dubby. Don't forget.
Go to w.gg. Yeah, you got to go there.
W.gg. W.gg.
W.gg.
And make sure you use the product code or promo code STSports18, all capital letters. I think that's going to be it for us this week. Pretty good
talked
topics.
A lot. Got some hockey in there.
Even got some AAA hockey in there. I mean, who talks
some hockey,
AAA?
Got a little NHL in there. We got the Shut on My Devils, which is good, you know, because they deserve it. You know.
What's the hashtag you want again?
Hashtag Fire Rough. Fire RUFF. Fire Rough. If you follow me on Twitter at all, you've probably already seen me post it about 15 times. So you'll see it more. But go ahead and follow Stay Tuned Sports on Twitter and on Facebook and, you know, anywhere there's social media. Instagram, we're all over the place. ST Sports Podcast, that's the same handle everywhere where we have social media, including TikTok. We got to start doing more TikToks. I'm not on TikTok yet. But I do want to start doing more video stuff and getting stuff together with that to be more multimedia. We're going to be a multimedia company here, Jimbo.
So hopefully we get the Spotify $200 million contract that I told you about.
Listen, I would love to get any kind of money.
Listen, I'd be okay with a $100,000 contract.
Dude, you're talking to somebody who has $88 in his account, and that is it. It is all I got, and I don't have a job. So I have $88 in my account forever until I have less money in there because I have to, you know, buy food or something. So do whatever you got to do. Help us get a job. Help us get some kind of ad revenue. Go to w.gg, show that we can go ahead and have some kind of pull there with you guys and purchase some of that stuff. And hey, if you want to donate a couple of bucks to the show so that we can buy better equipment and my microphone won't sound as staticky, and maybe we can actually put together a video podcast, which would be fucking amazing. You can go ahead and donate to us as well. What is that? What is the Buy Me a Coffee address? Is it the ST Sports Podcast?
No, that one's just ST Sports. So it's www.buymeacoffee.com/ST Sports.
Okay, so that's buymeacoffee.com/ST Sports. Buymeacoffee.com/ST Sports. If you want to go ahead and just donate a couple bucks so that we can go ahead and keep providing you with the top quality entertainment that you've come to expect here from the Stay Tuned Sports Studios.
So till next week, this is your good friend Jimbo.
And it's your boy King.
Hashtag
Fire Rough.